In today's video, I will be discussing various options for a crosstown subway in the Bronx. The first alignment to look at is a crosstown subway line along Fordham Road. The BX12 local and select bus service which runs along Fordham Road is the busiest bus route in the Bronx, serving almost 14,000 riders per day. So there is a strong demand for a subway line here. My preferred way of building the Fordham Road line is a branch of the IND Concourse line, though this would cut service for stations north of Fordham Road. To make up for the lost service at these stations, I would first Deinterline the IRT so the 405 can run 30 trains per hour up to Rome. Then we can build the Fordham Road line as a branch of the Concourse line. A lower level will be built at the Fordham Road station. I propose stations at 3rd Avenue with the transfer to the Metro North Road, Crotona Avenue, White Plains Road with the transfer to the 2 and 5, with a 2 train only after Deinterlining, Esplanade with a transfer to the 5 train or 3 train after Deinterlining, Eastchester Road, Stillwell Avenue with a transfer to the Metro North Road when Penn Access is finished, and Bay Plaza Shopping Center. For better connectivity, I would also extend the 6 train to Co-op City Boulevard, with a cross-platform transfer with the Fordham Road line at Stillwell Avenue and Bay Plaza Shopping Center. I see great potential for development at Bay Plaza, as the parking lots are taking up a majority of the land right now. With the addition of the 6 train extension, a crosstown Fordham Road line, and a station on the Metro North's Penn Access 1 stop away, the land here can be better utilized. The second option is an extension of the IND Concourse line from its current terminus at Norwood, 205th Street. Under my proposal, the line would continue east before turning north onto Webster Avenue. Then it will run along Gun Hill Road and end at the Bay Plaza Shopping Center. I propose stations at White Plains Road with the transfer to the 2 and 5 trains in the Metro North Road, Laconia Road, Hammersley Avenue with the transfer to the 5 train, Bartow Avenue, and finally Bay Plaza Shopping Center with the transfer to the 6 train's Co-op City extension. The reason I chose Gun Hill Road over Burke Avenue is because Gun Hill Road is a busier bus corridor. The BX28 and BX38 that run along Gun Hill Road carries 6,090 riders per weekday, one of the busiest crosstown bus corridors in the Bronx. The third option is kind of a fantasy one, which is to build the Cross-Bronx line along Tremont Avenue and the Cross-Bronx Expressway. For this to work, the CBX will have to be capped. Alongside creating park space, reconnecting neighborhoods, reducing noise and air pollution, we could utilize this opportunity and give the residents here what they really need and want: better transit. I propose for this line to start at Tremont Avenue and Grand Concourse and run along Tremont Avenue until 177th Street, where it will split into 2 branches. One will continue along Tremont Avenue until Westchester Square. The other branch will turn south and join the Cross-Bronx Expressway. From there, it will run along the CBX and end at Frog's Neck. Stations will be at Grand Concourse with a transfer to the B and D trains, Park Avenue with a transfer to the Metro North Road, Southern Boulevard, Boston Road East 177th Street with a transfer to the 2 and 5 trains, Unionport Road with the transfer to the Metro North Road when Penn Access is finished, Castle Hill Avenue, and finally Westchester Square with a transfer to the 6 train. The branch that splits onto the Cross-Bronx Expressway will have stops at Bronx River Parkway, Parkchester with a transfer to the 6 train, the Regal Avenue, Lafayette Avenue, and finally Harding Avenue in Frog's Neck. The BX36, which runs along Tremont Avenue, serves over 7,500 riders per weekday, making it the 7th busiest bus route and 2nd busiest crosstown bus route in the Bronx. So there is some demand for a crosstown line here. Unfortunately, the city is doing the opposite and considering widening the CBX instead of reducing its negative impacts to the nearby residents. What we really should do is cap it and potentially build transit on top of it. I could go on forever about what the Cross-Bronx Expressway did to the Bronx, But if you want to join the fight on stopping the expansion and urge for the city to improve the local transit instead, there is a petition you can sign. I'll leave the link in the pinned comments below. Please go sign it if you can. Among these three options, my first preference is the Fordham Road alignment, followed by the Concourse Line extension from Norwood. For the third option, I would like it to happen alongside one of the other two, but since it is kind of a fantasy, I will say at the very least, cap the highway. With any of these options chosen, I would also extend the 6th train to Co-op City and consider a IBX extension to Yankee Stadium, running along 163rd Street, which will be a great crosstown line for the South Bronx. Though the IBX might be costly to build into the Bronx in the first place, so it is probably going to happen after the 6th train extension and the other Crosstown subway. While Cross-Bronx subway is one of my priorities, there are many other projects the city should consider. Check out this playlist to learn about them. Thank you, and I'll see you there.